Hello, my name is Titus Holman. This is my presentation for Aviation 314, Week 5. So to get started, we'll go with a quick overview. I'm going to do a question from Chapter 10, question from Chapter 11, then I'll talk a little bit about the Salt Lake FBO. So my first question I came up with was describe how break-even analysis can be used as a sales tool. So break-even analysis is going to include your cost to purchase, your cost to operate, and then a comparison of cost versus commercial, and then end with your return on investment or break-even analysis. So what you're looking at here is you're looking at what point does the cost to purchase, the cost to operate, and all of the costs that are incurred by ownership, when does that start to outweigh the cost of the commercial usage that you're having each year? So for a company that is flying a high-paid executive commercially across the country multiple times a year, that may be pretty quick depending on what the hourly estimate of that person's salary is. For someone who perhaps isn't a high net worth individual or isn't a high-paid employee at a company, then you may not have a break even at all. The reason this can be used as a sales tool is because part of the reason that you may purchase an aircraft for a corporate or a business operation would be for the savings that you get from doing private versus commercial flying. So that's where having this break-even analysis of how long it takes or what your return on investment is, how much usage you need each year just to break even versus your cost doing the same thing with commercial flying. This doesn't take into account any of the other advantages and disadvantages of corporate aviation. For my second question for Chapter 11, I chose why is a company-owned aircraft the most flexible business method of business aviation? The three items that the book lays out are optimization of usage, convenience, and safety. I would say these are really probably the best, but there's also a fourth that the book didn't include, and I would say control. The difference with an aircraft that is owned by the company versus an aircraft that is chartered or leased is that an owned aircraft, the company has complete control over how that aircraft is utilized, when it's available, what kind of maximization of the aircraft it has, versus if it's a chartered aircraft or a leased aircraft, there may be certain stipulations, or especially in the case of a charter or a joint venture, where someone else is using the aircraft and perhaps you don't have access to it. Optimization really goes into the company is able to optimize their usage of it. So they know what their break-even point is. They know how much they need to use it to really get that return on their investment. The convenience is the obvious one. You leave when the aircraft leaves when you leave, and the aircraft gets there when you get there. It's very flexible and you can move at whim as opposed to following whatever schedule the airlines have. Lastly, for the Salt Lake Signature FBO, the discussion kind of outlined talking about some of the different facilities that the FBO may offer and how it relates to the chapters as well. What I found looking at the Salt Lake FBO is that it does not offer crew rest areas. It doesn't offer an exercise area. They offer conference rooms and some more basic amenities, but some of the more high-end, more desirable amenities that an FBO might have, the Salt Lake FBO does not have. They also don't have a sales or management department. They do have maintenance, and you can base your aircraft out of Salt Lake, but other than that, they don't really have some of the other greater amenities that someone who's looking to use an FBO might be looking for. So I hope you guys find this informative, and I look forward to your questions down below. Thank you.